name is Bernie Burns. Sitting right over there is Lady Liberty herself. Say hi to Ashley, everybody.
I've just been carrying this torch, and boy, is my arm getting tired.
July 4th, everybody. July 4th. It is the 4th of July. The 4th of July. Or as they call it in Scotland, Ashley, Thursday.
You know, it is funny, as Americans, right, the 4th of July is a very central holiday to our culture. You know, it is interesting, you know, when you go and you're like, oh, you know, what are you doing for 4th of July? And everyone goes, yeah, it's like...
That's over. I'm over it. It's over.
Everyone goes like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, what does that mean? And like, well, do you want to talk about like 4th of July? Do you want to talk about the American? I was like, no, I don't want to talk about that.
Let's talk about expressing a cat's feelings.
It just doesn't. It's funny because it just when you say 4th of July, it means something to us.
Innately.
And but if I said that, you know, June 13th to you, you'd be like, what is? I don't know.
Yeah,
what that is.
it's like, oh, okay.
Good job. And by the way, there's probably a lot of people listening to this who were born on June 13th. Sorry about that.
Happy birthday.
It means something to me.
But it is an interesting thing. You know, it's this has always been a really big holiday for me. And I know, you know, a lot of people in the U.S. feel a little bit of unrest right now. There's been a lot in the news. Supreme Court has had a lot of rulings that have people feeling uneasy and potentially not in the mood to celebrate 4th of July. But this has always been a really like a holiday that I have a soft spot for. And I think it goes back to like, it's just one of those holidays that I associate with being a kid. And I specifically associate it with when I was like 5 years old.
It's interesting. Okay, go ahead. Because I want to say something about that in a second. But go ahead.
Yeah, no, for me, 4th of July is and always will be the day that you get up really in the morning, you go to the square across in elementary school and you have morning pancakes and you have a parade with cowboys.
What, you had outdoor pancakes?
Oh, it was amazing.
Is this the thing you did when you were a kid?
Oh, yeah, it was great. It was great.
Nothing more American than outdoor pancakes.
It was in like tents, you know. You'd have like the breakfast tent and have pancakes and bacon.
I did not have that.
And then there'd be there's the parade, and then you spend all day at this park getting sunburned, doing all the things that kids do. I'm sure there were things that adults do as well, but I don't know what they are because I was 5 and I didn't care, and I was busy like bobbing for apples or getting myself hurt on the playground. Or they had this thing you could do where you could go fishing. But it really just like took a fishing pole and you'd throw the end over this wall that was painted like the deep sea, and then someone behind it would put a little prize on the end and give it a tug, and you pull up your fish and it's a prize.
It sounds like the worst job at the county fair.
Is amazing. And then
second worst job. You know what the worst job is?
What's the worst job?
Did you ever work like any kind of booth where you had to serve cold drinks out of a tub that had ice and water in it? And you had to reach in and grab like a bottle.
So cold.
My hands would get
glacial.
After like 5 minutes, my hand would be achingly numb. It's just and you would flinch every time you had to dip your hand in that cold water.
And you had to do it over and over all day. Welcome to freedom. Welcome to freedom.
And child labor, 1980s.
And then night falls, and then you get the huge fireworks display, and then you go home absolutely exhausted. That's what 4th of July is.
So to me, the fireworks part is the thing. Like, I was a little boy, so fireworks were
yeah, I guess that's essential pillar to being a little boy.
everything. They were everything. Like, we had fireworks stands. I was in, outside suburban Houston, Texas. We had fireworks stands that would go up, and it was like they could sell for about 2 weeks in Texas, and that was it. And it wasn't like godless Louisiana where they could sell year round. But we would wait, and of course, when you're going to the fireworks stand, you don't have your own money. Your parents are doing it. And your parents, my poor parents, they must have been, we're literally burning money.
We're spending money for something that we will set on fire and have nothing for afterwards.
And then the kids will all be mad when it's over. We deal with this with toddlers now. You give them the best day ever. And then at the end of it, they're like, that was terrible and I hate you.
Yeah, we'll have a meltdown in the middle of it, and they're like stomping off somewhere, and you're like, there's lights exploding in the sky right now, and they're like, I'm not talking to you ever again. Because, by the time it gets dark, kids are exhausted.
And there's nothing more American either than the economics of a fireworks stand. Because I don't know who's running these stands, but you get to the point where first it was like buy one, get one free. Then
it sounds like a great deal, right?
Buy one, get 3. Now it's like buy one, get 18 free. Like, it doesn't hold up. There's no like Keynesian economics scholar back there like working out these sales promotions. And then, of course, the best part about it was, which nobody realizes, because you're all just passed out, like you said, after 4th of July. But when the fireworks stands are then running up against the deadline that they have to shut down for a year, then you could get these incredible deals on stuff, Ashley. You get massive amounts of fireworks for nothing.
Just raid the place, save it up for New Year's.
Let me ask you a question. Did you light a lot of fireworks when you were a kid? Like yourselves, like you and your family had fireworks?
Yeah. So there was always the big community fireworks thing, but separately we would usually light some fireworks just in the street outside in front of the house, just at the base of the driveway. And we never did really big stuff. We'd have some sparklers and light off some, I don't know, like Roman candles or whatever, like really like fairly small fireworks. Yeah.
I gotta say,
the family said,
sign of getting older. There is a point in your life where when you hear fireworks on the 6th of July and you're like a kid and you're like, somebody still has fireworks? They're fighting. We got to see what they're firing off fireworks. Or you say, who the fuck is still lighting off fireworks?
You sons of bitches. It's the 6th.
There is no spectrum. There's no transition. That's a hard line. Like at one age, you believe one thing and you cross that line. You're like, who are these jackasses still firing off fireworks at 11 p.m. on 6th of July, you fuckers?
Has anyone told you it's over? It's over. We won.
But did you light fireworks? Did you have anything special to light fireworks? I'm trying to get at something.
What you mean, like a specific, like 4th of July lighter?
Yeah, no. Like, so you get a lighter. Is that how you would light fireworks?
Yeah, I mean, I was never in charge of it, but you know, this was always Dad's job.
Oh, okay.
We would sit on our little lawn chairs in the driveway, and he would go down and he would light the next firework, and it would go.
Smart,
and then we'd
smart move, Mark.
Yeah, I know, right?
You did the clapping perfectly.
Yay!
Next one, yay! We had a thing. If I say the word punk to you, what's a punk? Do you know what a punk is?
It's the kid who wears his pants too low.
No. It's a kid who got buy one, get one free. Instead of buy one, get 14 free. No, a punk was a thing that we would use to light fireworks. I'm trying to describe it. The best way I can describe it, it's like an unscented stick of incense, if that makes any sense whatsoever.
Okay, was it like a sparkler that doesn't sparkle?
I like that I said it's unscented, if that makes any sense whatsoever.
Bernie, that's purely unscented.
Let me look this up here. Okay, so Wikipedia, here we go. They have a Wikipedia entry for punks. Okay, I was wondering if this was just a thing where I grew up. A punk is a smoldering stick used for lighting firework fuses. It is safer than a match or a lighter because it can be used from a distance and does not use an open flame. So basically you have a stick of incense. So you got the little coal on the end and you could light fireworks with this thing for like an hour.
Okay.
And it doesn't have a scent, but it does. Like I can tell you exactly what this thing smells like. I can recall it like right now to this day, you know? And how scent can unlock memory.
I do.
So punks are like a core memory for me for 4th of July.
Interesting. No, I remember, let's see. I remember sparklers, and I remember those little black, little black pellets that are almost like the size of a battery, like the flat batteries that you would light, and then they would grow into worms. Those are the things that I remember from being a kid.
Just to be clear, she wasn't telling you to light flat batteries on fire.
Please don't light flat batteries on fire. It was a type of firework. It was just that size. Like it was a little, round, flat.
You are referring to a snake.
Thing. Yes, I'm referring to a snake. And also cherry bombs, like the cherry poppers.
Look at you.
That you would throw on the ground and they would pop.
Okay, so I think what it is, I think we were from very different regions of the U.S. growing up. So there's always going to be different slang terms for things. Those were not cherry bombs. Cherry bombs were like what was the big firework when you were a kid? Like the one of legend that would destroy stuff, and it was like a quarter of a stick of dynamite.
I don't know, like Roman candle, I guess. That was like, I remember hearing stories about people firing those in each other's bellies.
Roman candles.
I don't know.
Those are kids' toys. We used to fire those at each other. Don't do that. I miscounted a 10-shot Roman candle, and I bounced a fireball off my buddy Randy's head. And he swears to this day that I did it on purpose, and I did not. It was great. It was a great shot, by the way. I mean, literally, like a fireball ricocheted.
I guess you're lucky that it hit it at such an angle to ricochet. That could have gone a lot worse.
When I was a kid, the firework of legend was the M60, and there was supposedly an M80, which had been banned in like 48 states. And we were told that an M60 was like a quarter of a stick of dynamite. No fucking way. Because then you could light 4 and you'd have a stick of dynamite. There'd be no way. M60 firework. I wonder if this was a thing also like just from the short window of time when I was that age. I can't even see it on
Or
here.
there's also there's a lot of urban legend around fireworks, right? Like you'd hear the story about, yes, the firework that's banned in 48 states, but you could get it at your fireworks stand. Like that's got to be as much marketing as buy one, get 16 free.
I was going to say, yeah, it's banned completely. But if you buy one, we're going to give you 35 for free. M80s, I'll read this. So the M80 was the one that I was saying that had been banned. We were talking about the M80 explosives. This is also from Wikipedia. M80s are an American class of large, powerful firecrackers, sometimes called salutes. Bullshit. Nobody called them that. M80s were originally made in the mid-20th century for the U.S. military to simulate explosives or artillery fire. Put that in the marketing, for God's sake.
Developed by the military.
I like the M stands for military grade.
It's the military grade firework. I'm not sure you're ready for this, kid.
Because an M80 is a pyrotechnic device containing a large charge in excess of 50 milligrams of pyrotechnic flash powder, civilian use requires a license issued by federal authorities. This is the result of the Child Protection Act of 1966 and regulation by the Consumer Product Safety Commission with the purpose of limiting... This country's going to hell. Many firecrackers sold legally in the United States to consumers have names and appearances intended to mimic the M80. That's why ours are called the M60s, probably. Such as, and for example, the blah, 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 as they are subject to regulations with regard to the sale of explosives and fireworks to the general public. All right. Okay. Now it's all coming clear now.
It's all making sense now.
I love that we had military grade fireworks. That's fucking dope.
Does that tickle your fancy?
Yeah.
As the little boy inside, the budding arsonist?
Yeah, but we here... We have been, as you can tell, we have very fond memories of the 4th of July. And so in Scotland, especially the part we are, there's not a lot of events that take place in the winter. Not very many at all, because the winter has even less predictable weather than the summer, and it's really dark. That's the main thing, I think. You would have 4 hours to have an event and then fuck off, go back to your house.
Although 18 hours for fireworks.
Oh, yeah, it's true. It is good fireworks time.
Yeah, it is. It's interesting. We thought... We're so used to throwing one big party a year. When we were in the U.S., it tended to be New Year's Eve. We would invite all our friends and loved ones over and have New Year's Eve at our house. And we haven't really had that since we moved, and we were trying to find a holiday where that would be a good idea. We tossed around. There's here in the UK, there's a holiday called Burns Night. Which we thought, ha, that's hilarious and would be very appropriate. We'll have a Burns Night party, but it's actually about the poet Robert Burns.
Right. And it's very traditional. Like, you can't just, if you have a 4th of July party, you can kind of do whatever you want. Like, no, everyone's going to show up and go, you're not cooking the right burgers or you're not doing the right thing, because that's the way they did it.
What are these pancakes?
But it's not like there's an actual set of things you're supposed to do. That is not true for a lot of UK holidays. You're supposed to do these things. And one of the things you have to do on Burns Night is you have to serve a haggis. And then you have to talk to the haggis.
You have to address the haggis. So first,
you can tell the point where I hit eject on. We're not doing Burns Night, Ash.
Yeah. So first, you have to go out into the hillside, and you have to catch your wild haggis, drag it home, and then address it.
If you've never had haggis before, we won't tell you what it is. You should just try it, and it's made of rainbows and sunshine, and it's delicious.
Yes,
you don't need to know what's in it.
The wild wee haggis.
So
you have to talk to.
You are supposed to what is officially called addressing the haggis. So you have to make an address to the haggis, and it's for Burns suppers or Burns Night events. And so we hit eject on that. Also, it was late January, and it just didn't seem like a very fun time to have an event. And also, actually, I didn't tell you this too. There were already established Burns Nights in the area amongst our friends group, and I didn't want to usurp anybody.
Sure, that makes a lot of sense.
We should know our place. So one of the things we've suggested, because there's also Highland Games that run all summer long, it's really cool here in the summer because there is something every weekend day in the summer. There are flags planted everywhere. Like, this event is being held here. Don't mess with it. Then this Highland Games is this weekend. Don't mess with it. But 4th of July, no one gives a shit about. So we've been telling our friends, hey, we're thinking about having a 4th of July party. Isn't that a great idea? And they said, what is that?
They're like, what's for 4th of July? And we're like,
how dare you? How dare you not know what 4th of July is? So we might do that at some point.
The hunting of the haggis, didn't you know?
I think what we could do, Ash, is we could convince our friends, could buy a stock of American T-shirts and stuff and baseball caps. And little,
we'll get some M80s.
what do they call fanny packs here? They don't call them fanny packs.
Bum bags.
Bum bag. They don't
Because
call them bum bags here, do they?
I don't know. A fanny pack is quite rude.
It is it's a very rude term in the UK. It's a very rude term.
Although everyone goes when they hear an American call it a fanny pack.
Right. But we could do something like that, cowboy hats and things like that. I think people, and American flags everywhere. I think people would go in for that.
You know what I think we should do?
We got to make it ironic.
As Texan expats in particular, I think we should get a smoker.
Go ahead.
I think that we should. Here's our tradition. We're gonna bring freedom to Scotland because it's never had it before.
No one's ever had freedom before.
No one's ever had freedom before. But we're going to get a smoker. We're going to get brisket and do Texas style barbecue for 4th of July, and then there will be another Scottish Revolution as they go. We're into this freedom thing now.
Okay, I'm being very quiet over here because
Yes.
I'm gonna tell you something. Our listening audience. About something I call closing after the sale. I don't
Okay.
call it that. It's a phrase I learned when I worked in telecom. If you're in a sales environment and you get a yes, shut up. Stay quiet.
Am I unselling you on this a little bit?
No, I don't know how. Let me just say this, Ashley. I think your idea for us to buy a really nice smoker, I think that's a good idea. I never thought about that before, and I think you and I should put that into our budget. What a great idea on your part that we should buy a smoker. I'm going to say yes to your idea.
Okay, I will stop there then.
Yeah, but closing after the sale, I've seen that go wrong so many times where you're basically in a room and you're selling somebody on something and they're like, yeah, I think this is good. We'll do it. And then somebody keeps fucking talking. And they say something like, yeah, because once we install this and we get this in place, then you can do this and you can expand into this and you can do that. And then the customer's like, oh, I don't want to do any of that. And you watch them lose the yes. And it's just like, why did you keep talking? Just shut your...
Take the yes and run.
Take the yes, be quiet, and that's it. Once you hear yes, close the book, close your laptop, and just sit there and nod. And then bye, shake hands, business cards, out the door.
Get out of there.
Yeah, valuable lesson I learned early on.
All right, so smoker, yes, out the door.
Listen, I think your idea is great. I will start shopping. That'll be your birthday gift. We just passed our anniversary, but Christmas is coming up eventually. I would love to get you your smoker for Christmas.
Just in time for Burns night.
Yeah, we had I don't know what else we do for a 4th of July party here. We could do they even sell fireworks here? There's no threat of wildfire in Scotland because it's raining constantly,
Yeah, you'll be lucky if you can even set the fireworks off.
We just so you know, what you called a cherry bomb, I think we call them snappers. You could literally
I think I'm using the wrong term.
you would do the things where you throw them, right? They
Yeah,
look
like
little
the cherry.
twisted
Yeah, they're like
pieces
little
of
twisted
paper.
piece of paper with powder inside or something, and it would pop when you hit the ground.
Would you ever pop those in your hand? Don't do
all
that.
the time.
Don't do that, by the way.
Don't do that, but yes, I would.
Your hands are very valuable. I don't know if you need to be told that in your life. Your hands are extremely valuable. Don't mess around with holding fireworks at any point in time. However fast you think you can throw, occasionally you'll get that wick that's just like spang. I mean, it's instantaneous.
Yeah, don't risk the finger.
I think people even do that stuff anymore anyway. Firecrackers a thing? Do people use firecrackers?
I don't know. Why don't you guys weigh in? It's been a while since I've done firecrackers.
Do you remember any brands of firecracker from when you were a kid?
Sparklers.
Sparklers. Okay,
Yeah, is that a brand?
If I
don't
say
know.
Black
They always
Cat,
look the same.
does Black Cat mean anything to you?
Yes, Black Cat is a name that I recognize.
I just looked up here, Ashley, to see if Black Cat fireworks still exist.
Okay.
Not only do they exist, they have a UK shop and they deliver to the UK.
Do they have M80s?
No, but their latest product is called the Fallen Angel, and it's a pair of burning wings.
Oh.
Fireworks marketing. All the rules go out the window.
Right,
There is
you
no
mean there's no sensitivity training in fireworks branding?
I don't think anyone at a fireworks marketing meeting thought, what if we get canceled? I don't think that's a consideration at any point. There's the Osama bin Laden blast 'em pack and things like that.
Right.
They just don't give a shit. They do not give a shit. They get them. All right. Well, now that I know that Black Cat exists in the UK, I know what I'm about to go do, Ashley.
Are you going to go get some Black Cats?
Here's my list of things to do today. Shopping for smokers for my wife's Christmas present. And then See if Black Cat delivers to our postcode. That's what I'm doing from now on.
All right, sounds like a good 4th of July. And on that note, I want to thank today's 4th of July sponsors, Clemens Warchenik and Jeff Chang. Thank you both for sponsoring this episode of Morning Somewhere at patreon.com/Morning Somewhere. May the freedom be with you.
Yes, have a great 4th of July to everyone in America. You're not going to solve all the problems in the country today, so take a day today and celebrate. We'll get back to solving stuff tomorrow. All right, well, that does it for us today. Thursday, July 4th, 2024. We will be back to talk to you tomorrow. We hope you'll be here as well.
Bye, everybody.